Right, welcome back everyone. Tonight we're going to be starting a new run on Elden Ring. For those of you who don't know, it's a Souls-like game, much like Dark Souls, Demon Souls, or Bloodborne. And I'm just going to go through on the easiest build on almost every Souls-like game, which is hit the biggest stick you can find and hit them as hard as you can. Should be fun. Name, what should we go with? Oh, I've got to type it in, haven't I? Let's go with Chad. Body type. Always got to be buff. Should we go? Actually, should we go for an aged, withered old man? Yeah, we'll stick with hero because I think they start with the highest strength. Quick check: 16, 10, 6, 9, 8, 12, 12, 10. Yeah, we'll go with the hero. Starts with an axe and a shield as well. Keepsake, we'll take the golden seed because that allows you to update your flask earlier on. And yeah, that'll do. Let's go.
The fallen leaves tell a story. The great Elden Ring was shattered. In our home, across the fog, the lands between.
Such a beautiful game, this, for those of you who haven't seen it before. It was made by Hideo Miyazaki and George R.R. Martin, the guy who done Game of Thrones.
Now, Queen Marika the Eternal is nowhere to be found. And in the night of the Black Knives, Godwyn the Golden was first to perish. Soon, Marika's offspring, demigods all, claimed the shards of the Elden Ring. The mad taint of their newfound strength triggered the shattering. A war from which no lord arose.
Oh, spoilers, one of the hardest bosses in this game. Absolute
A war
nightmare.
leading to abandonment by the greater will.
Oh.
Oh, rise now, ye tarnished, ye dead who yet live. The call of long-lost grace speaks to us all. Horalu, chieftain of the Badlands, the ever-brilliant Gold Mask. Fear, the deathbed companion, the loathsome dung-eater, and Sir Gideon Ofnir, the all-knowing. And one other, whom grace would again bless.
Who is this?
A tarnished of no renown.
Give you 3 guesses. been a while since I've used a controller. I've been playing keyboard mouse for so long now. Bloody dust on it. Right, let's go. Oh, I'm using all the wrong buttons. Give me bloody keyboard prompts. Give me 1 moment, sorry. System, display blood subtitles, show tutorials, yeah. There we are. Gamepad, marvellous. Not that I should need them, having played it. I was advised by a friend to link up a PlayStation controller instead of this. I think he might have been right. It's been so long since I've used the Xbox controller. It just seems to fit funny in your hand. But I do prefer it for your average adventure games because the left thumbstick's sat further upright, which makes it easier for the continuous holding forwards. Oh, right, okay. Remember the buttons. Okie doke, I'm probably not going to win this fight by the looks of it. Don't get greedy. Oh, that's it. Scream killed me. You're supposedly meant to lose that first fight anyway, as it transitions you into the story. But anyone who's played plenty of Souls games knows there's usually a fight like that at the beginning of most of them. It's almost like a mark of passage to try and make sure you beat it on your second or third, fourth run through. Meant to separate the good from the bad, but personally I don't like to believe in that. For obvious reasons. Eric Turtle. Jeff? I should have gone Jeff, sorry. Oh, thank you again for the follow. BBY Alexis.
Don't worry, Torrent. Fortune is on her side. We found her here after all.
I don't really feel like Fortune is on my side. I'm face down in a puddle after being beaten up by a skeleton spider
One of her
thingy.
kind is sure to seek the Elden Ring.
Oh my god, it's Frodo!
Even if it does violate the Golden Order.
Let's turn this camera ever so slightly. I feel like I'm a bit off centre. Sorry, didn't mean to touch you. A lot of friends of mine who play this enjoy running through the game as quickly as possible because you've done it all before. Not a skill I ever picked up. So those two items are easy. I just picked up a healing flask, as it were. The Cave of Knowledge. All Souls games notorious for having the slowest opening doors ever. And here's the first Site of Grace. So these are like your save points, your checkpoints in the game. You can rest at them, it will replenish your health, your stamina, your mana if you're using magic. It's also where you can upgrade your flasks. The item that I picked at the beginning, so you have more heal charges. Oh, an item over here. What have we got? Cooperative multiplayer. This game's great fun when you get to play it multiplayer with friends. As standard, it is limited to using those items to summon your friends in. But I don't know if you heard on the last stream, a friend and I were talking about downloading a mod, which allows you to play the entire game multiplayer without the use of them. It's brilliant. Not something they've yet implemented in any of the Souls games properly, but it is meant to be more of a solo struggle for the most part in this game. Who's this lovely chap? Unfortunately, with this game compared to some of the other Souls games, the checkpoints are a lot closer together and plentiful. I remember in Dark Souls 3, I believe it was, in a location called Cathedral of the Deep. It's one of the hardest areas simply because there's such great distances between the checkpoints. And you quite often die trying to get to the next checkpoint. Use your map to check your current position. So there's your map, and you can't see much yet, but as you progress through the game, obviously you unlock more and you can find maps which will update that.
Oh, yes. Tarnished, are we?
What was your name?
Come to the lands between for the Elden Ring?
Ooh, there's a large man on a horse
you
there.
Have. No shame in it. Unfortunately for you, however, you are maidenless. Without guidance,
Bit of a personal attack.
the strength of runes, and without an invitation to the round table hold.
Well, please bequeath an invitation upon me.
It seems to die in obscurity. Luckily for you, however, there is one
Shining ray of hope even for the maidenless. Me, Vare.
Take care to listen. Are you familiar with grace?
That thing there, is it not?
Light that gives life to you, tarnished. You may also behold its golden rays, pointing in a particular direction at times. That is the guidance of grace, a path that a tarnished must travel. Indeed. Grace's guidance holds the answers. It will lead you, tarnished, to the path you are meant to follow, even if it leads you to your grave.
Anything else?
Grace's guidance will
Oh, good.
reveal
Most certainly to cast Storm
the
Veil.
home of the decrepit demigod, Godric the Grafted.
Yeah, it's the first main boss of the game. Very steep learning curve, as it is with most of these games. Materials. In every corner of the lands between you will find fruits and flowers, mushrooms and butterflies, and various other useful materials. These materials can be used for crafting items. Didn't appreciate how useful that was until far too late into my first playthrough. Unfortunately, you have to kill these adorable little creatures to get certain items, if you can catch them. Graphics seem a little off on this. I'll have to have a tinker with them at some point. Fuck it, shall we give this guy a go? See if I can beat him. This is meant to be a sudden realisation the game's not going to be easy. As you can see by the white ghost there, that's other people's current attempts at trying to beat him. Oh, that hit like a truck. Oh wow. Dead. Very, very dead. Death. Upon dying, you will be revived at the last site of grace that you visited. You will drop any runes in possession at the site of your death. If you die again before reclaiming those runes, they will be lost forever. The compass at the top of the screen indicates the direction of the lost runes. Right, so as you can see there, obviously partially down to skill, but that encounter suggests you should go and level up and get some better gear before you do certain fights. And I believe that item there I picked up allows you to summon NPCs to help you with certain boss fights. So we'll travel around him. Or a wider angle than that, because it's not a fight I want to have to run away from. Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. Round we go, and that should be us clear. Nothing of note up here. Some bat-like things up here. Vanquishing enemy groups. Vanquishing enemy groups will replenish your flasks, so your healing pots, and the number and types of flasks to be replenished varies depending on the enemy group. You cannot replenish more flasks than your maximum amount allows. So I just picked up a golden rune there. You can exchange them for currency or souls. Referred to as rune in this game, but anyone who's played any Souls game always refers to them as souls. That's what they were originally known as. Can I sneak up on this chap here? If I can, I'll show you what a backstab looks like. Their own little personal animations, they do, yep, usually an insane amount of damage. And in that case, killed him outright. So, rather than just blocking like this, there is a parry mechanic whereby you can parry or riposte or deflect most enemy attacks. And it is a skill that an awful lot of people learn, which does not include myself. I always found it too difficult, but it is an incredibly strong mechanic if you can learn it yourself. So, a Grace checkpoint. And there is in fact we'll rest there quickly just to heal. There is a little Santa shop in the background. What item have we got over here? Strengthening armaments. At a smithing table you can spend runes and smithing stones to strengthen your armaments. Somewhere in the lands between you may meet a blacksmith who can make your armaments even stronger. Hint hint. Smithing stones, they're the materials you use to upgrade your weapons.
You're tarnished.
Santa shop?
I can see it. And I can also see that you're not after my throat.
Not yet.
Then why not purchase a little something?
That back scratcher he has there.
Purveyor of fine goods.
About Carlo.
I am of a nomadic people, selling wares as the land has been tainted by mad. It's only tarnished like yourself. Let's say you're a very
What do you have? Just telling you can buy and sell as you please it. So, no weapons other than a torch. It's not a great deal here that would be useful to us. Obviously a crafting kit at some point would be handy. You can buy these notes and they give you clues or hints as to where certain things are. Oh, first armor set you can buy. A shield, which we already have fortunately. These stats you can see down the right hand side, which is guided damage mitigation, tells you how much damage you will absorb of each kind of damage type with the particular shield when it's equipped and you block with it. And at the bottom there, you have attributes required. So you have your 5 basic attributes, and you have to upgrade them according to your build and what kind of equipment you want to use. And the more of a certain thing you have, you can see to the left, it has attribute scaling. So the higher you upgrade that particular stat, will give you usually better damage with that particular item, be it a shield or a weapon. Oh, recommendation.
What is it?
I think I ignored that first time round.
If you can spare the runes, you should buy yourself a
Yeah,
crafting
buy
kit.
yourself a crafting kit.
Essential, really.
So just little
If the
tips
kit
for beginners
costs
who
a
haven't played the
bundle,
game
but
before.
The important thing is that
But it just allows you to create stuff whilst you're out and about. Usually from the site of Grace, it's worth noticing, you can see there's a very faint gold arc just there, and it gives you the rough direction you should head in to progress the main story. It's not always quite as cut and dry as that, but it's definitely handy to take note of it. The other thing to take note of is every time you rest at one of those checkpoints, it will respawn 90% of the enemies. So we can just simply try and sneak up behind this chap again and go like that, which benefits us with some more runes. And another guy up there. I'll attempt to sneak up on him, but I don't think it's going to go quite as well. We'll go for this guy instead. He appears to be stationary, so we can get up behind him quite easily. Right stick to lock on, creep up behind him, attack. That should be him dead. Lovely jubbly. Dip to the left. It's him down. So yeah, as you can see, you can play this game with an element of stealth. It's not always possible and doesn't always work, but especially early on with places like this, it makes a lot of things a lot easier. Now I see he's facing towards us, so you can just go like that. Covered some cookery, which are throwing knives, and bolts, which obviously will go into crossbows at a later date should you wish to use them. Another one down. I don't know if you can hear that as well, but there's a slight ringing, which means you usually get one of those orbs around, like dung eater orbs or dung beetle orbs. If you kill it with that one in particular, red, it will replenish your red flasks, which is kind of handy when you're, well, I missed it, out and about, especially just completely difficult fight. But if you don't kill it quick enough, it will vanish on you like that, as it's trying to do there. They are teardrop scarabs, crimson and cerulean, so red and blue. Fortunately, we hadn't taken any damage yet, so there was no need to use any of our flasks. These items you see me just picking up and not particularly explaining, they're just crafting components to make certain things later on. They all have various uses. If you're interested, like some people are, I've done some of it myself, you can go into the items, whereas inventory, and that's just telling you how to navigate the menu. But they all have small descriptions on if you swap over. Quite interesting to the lore and the story of the game, but very rarely have any bearing on actual gameplay. That's a cave. So scattered across this game there are caves, Groveside Cave in this case, which can be treated like mini dungeons that you'd find in other games. And it's usually just a good place to gain some levels, get some XP, often find some new gear, new enemies in some cases, and there's usually a small kind of field boss at the end of them. Some of these caves, there's a lot of wolves down there. quite a few items in this game can only be found in dungeons. Drop on him, kill him instantly, yeah, crack pot. Get the shield up, get the shield up, where is it? See, walls, whilst relatively easy to kill, knock you out of almost all of your animations, which make them harder to kill. That's a stronger one. And have a tendency to gang up on you, which can very quickly stagger you and stop you attacking back or blocking. So if you can get the drop on one of them, like here, and take one out of the pack before it sees you, it tends to make life an awful lot easier for yourself. However, I'm aware of a number of people who don't enjoy the fact you have to, as they would word it, murder innocent animals. I can assure you, as you can see here, they're not as innocent as they look. Dodge, swing, done. Golden rune. So obviously, as I said earlier, that will be traded in later on for currency. Oh, new lump of flesh. What does it say? Legs. Be wary of head. So another thing people who play this game taken to, and the other mainline Souls games around, is leaving messages with very little explanation for questionable messages they leave behind. And some of them are quite funny, some of them are incredibly helpful. Like here, that's death ahead. Try battle, offer suffering. So none of those are particularly helpful, but it's letting you know it's going to be a tough fight ahead. And anything with a yellowy fog gate like this usually indicate there's going to be a boss of some form behind it. So it gives you a chance to heal up, ready any usable, consumable items you're going to do, and then head in. Beastman of Faramazula. This is like the first field boss. Backstab. Backstabs are great, especially in boss fights when you can do them. Because you haven't got to worry about the enemy getting a hit on you. And you can let go of the controller for a couple of seconds and you know you're going to do good damage whilst doing it. Oh, I missed it. Oh, that hurt. Drink, drink, drink. Heal up. Ooh. Nice, another backstab. You always try and charge up a heavy attack like that. So, ooh, if you hold R2 or right trigger, depending on your console, you can do a heavy attack as opposed to a normal swing, and you can charge them up to do more damage. They tend to stagger smaller enemies like this. There we go. First mini-boss or field boss of the game defeated. Enemy felled. Flame Drake Talisman. So, talismans are an equipable item. So here, sorry, I should have explained beforehand, you can equip various weapons you can cycle through in-game. Here is offhand. It can be weapons, it can be shields, it can be magical items. There is your ammunition for any ranged weapons you have. Here is normal clothing and apparel. And here it says talismans. So we only have the one currently. But the Flame Drake Talisman, as you can see just across, it says boost fire damage negation. So it just means anything that offers fire damage towards you will have a chunk taken out of it. And you unlock more talisman slots as the game continues, and they end up proving absolutely invaluable, more so than weapon or armour, some would say. But you'll see more as we progress through the game. So once you're confident you've cleared everything there is to clear and you've got all the items and killed the majority of the monsters, you can approach this spindly little wisp and it will just return you to the entrance of the dungeon, which is extremely handy later on when some of the dungeons take an hour or two to progress through and you can't be asked to traipse your whole way back through an empty dungeon, or in some cases a dungeon where you've just run through and avoided most of the enemies. And there you are, we're straight back outside. Only problem being, once you use that, all of the minor enemies respawn again. We'll just get him out of our way quickly. You can see in the bottom right now we've got just over 2,000 runes as well, so that would definitely be worth trading in. Let me just hide somewhere I can show you. If you go down to status, it will give you an awful lot of the stats obviously about your character. Number of runes held you can see in the top left along with your level, but just below it, more importantly, the number of runes you need to trade in to get to the next level. So that becomes handy when you know, obviously the more runes you're carrying, the greater risk you are of losing a number of runes and having to try and retrieve them afterwards. So I've always felt it's good practice to stay as low as you can with the runes you're carrying when you're out and about. And as soon as you kind of hit that cap that you need to level up, dash back to your closest site of grace. I mean, you can fast travel. You can see here, if I go over there at the bottom left, it says travel. Dash back to one like such, and then you can trade them in to level up. I mean, you don't have to, but otherwise you're just carrying around an awful lot of currency you're willing to lose. As you can see though, currently we don't have the opportunity or the capability, I should have said, to level up, but that will come with time. I do believe some of them you can just pass day because there's certain events that happen in game that will only happen at certain times. But yeah, we aren't currently offered the opportunity to level up, which is upsetting because obviously it just counters what I've previously said, and we're now wandering around with free money essentially that if we die we have to retrieve or lose. Oh, that soldier there then gave us the soldier helm from killing him. So the majority of minor enemies like this always have the option or the possibility of dropping any of the gear you can see them using. So if you want, you can repeatedly kill and then respawn and then kill and respawn enemy in the attempt to get their gear should you want it. I will stop narrating how the game works. I'm sure a lot of you already know how the game works, but for those of you who might be new to this game, I feel it's handy just to give you a few tips and explanations as the game starts. Oh, he's seen us. You'll pick it up quick enough watching the streams anyway. So he's got a shield, so it's going to benefit us to circle around and get behind, as it were. Get an easy kill rather than trying to break through his defense. But yeah, like I was saying, I'll just explain the basics to those of you who might not know. But beyond the basics, you'll pick it up as you're playing. You'll see how it all works. This chap's got a hammer and a wolf with him I haven't seen. Shield up, dodge the wolf, kill the wolf, wait for his pal. Right, now one of these soldiers, I remember rightly, carries a horn, and if you allow him to sound it, it will draw every soldier that's nearby to fight you at once. Which from experience I can promise you isn't ideal, especially as early on when you've not got a lot of health. Missed the one we were going for, hit the guy behind him, that's okay. Yeah, see, he's taken no damage with that giant shield there. Broken through it, beat the living hell out of him. So yeah, rather than just circling around enemies with shields or strong defences and going for the backstab, you can break through, but it requires weapons that hit quite hard to break through that. Like this guy here is going to be a lot harder to kill than a lot of the others. So we'll stay hidden. Oh, there's another little mini dungeon there we'll explore in a moment. Just going to see where this chap goes. No. So yeah, I know if I try and fight them, one of them's going to sound the horn. And it's going to make life a lot less enjoyable for all of us. So let's have a butcher's down here. No enemy ahead. Treasure chest. Open up. So you quite often find these in an awful lot of ruins, and at the end there'll be a door that you lift from the bottom, because that's how doors work in this game quite often. And a chest, and inside is usually some form of good loot. Adding spells, so that doesn't apply to us, but it'll just explain how adding affinities, so that's elemental damage for the most part. But we've got an Ash of War and a whetstone knife, and I'll explain, or you'll see what they do later on. Ooh, did not mean to roll out of there. That could have drawn some unwanted attention. Can I just get just his attention? Yeah, lovely. So if we now wander off, he'll follow us, and hopefully we won't draw everyone else in, and we can have a slightly fairer fight. I wonder, he's probably still a bit strong for us. Keep rolling the wrong way. Ooh. There we go. Lovely jubbly. Yeah, see, that backstab has been killing most enemies in one hit. Not him. But you can obviously see that he's hitting a lot harder and he's built a lot harder. But we push on nevertheless. Another backstab. And we'll sit here and do a charge attack. So as he stands up, job done. Apparently he was feeling selfish and decided not to drop any loot for us, but he did give us a nice amount of runes. These large coffin-looking carriages often contain some very nice loot, but they're also often guarded. As you can probably have seen, there's a couple of standard enemies beside it, but we're going to do our best to sneak up on him, especially the bloke with the shield. Yep, get a backstab on him. Makes that nice and easy, and then we'll just run at this bloke and kill him as quick as possible, because I have a feeling he has a horn on him. There we go. Have I just drawn that bloke over? Yep. See if we can time this right. Yep. So you may not have seen there, but it played a sound as I hit him with the charged heavy attack, and that staggers him. If you wait a moment and then attack him normally, it does a special, like, critical strike on him, which usually does great damage, like a backstab. Ooh, a flail. Do I have the required bits to wield this? No, I don't have enough dexterity. 18. Wow. Now we only currently have 9, so that's nowhere near an option for us currently. Let's go on. So quite often you'll see like main pathways like this in the game as well, and they will lead to significant structures such as that large castle there, which is where we're headed now, which can be handy if you get a bit turned around. You can literally look for a road and follow it. Oh, I've woken up 2 of them here. If I crouch... Oh wow, that guy stopped attacking. This guy's gonna come at me. Oh, can't be asked to dance around this. Let's just beat him up. There's the horn. I'm hoping there weren't too many people left. I'm hoping... Oh, no, see, they all start pouring out of the woodwork now. There might only be a couple of them left. 3 of them. Do we go for the weak one or one with the shield first? They're going to come at roughly the same time. Done half of his health. We're going again. Nice. Roll backwards for safety. Jump. Hit. Ooh! Got punished for that. Drink just to be on the safe side. Broke his defense. Nice. Nice. Bin down there. Just gonna have a quick look around see if there's any items or obvious items we've missed. One of the great things about these games as well is you can play through them multiple times, and unless you know exactly what you're looking for and where it is, quite often you'll miss something, if not a lot of things, on every run. I mean, by all means you can sit there with a guide and it will tell you exactly where everything is, and you can try and do a 100% completionist run, but that's not always quite as fun. And it's really not necessary. No one playthrough in this game is going to require you to collect everything, which what makes the game so good. They're replayable. You can play it a different way every time you play it. You can play it through 100 times and still do it differently and still find fun new ways or things that you've missed. Another one of these carriages. Is there a nice lovely box here? There is. What do we got in here? We have Ooh, a Lord Sword's Greatsword. Can we equip that? We cannot. We need 10 dexterity. We only need 1 level in it though, so when we eventually find somewhere that will allow us to level up, we can equip that over this axe. But yeah, that's well, speaking of sights of grace. See, so I've still got 4 flasks, pardon me, here, but that's because I killed the entire encampment, so a group of enemies, and it's restocked them. So I don't need to rest here to heal because I've got full health and full flasks. But it does, just touching it won't reset the area, but if I sit down to rest, it will. And yeah, like I say, if it resets the area, it will bring back all of those enemies we just killed, so I'm going to leave it for now. But as you can see... Oh, okay, I'd forgotten about that. So, if I remember rightly, that chap will drop down and beat the ever-loving grannies out of us once I've approached there, along with all of these smaller guardsmen. Problem is, I think that's the way forward. Oh, we found a new map earlier on. So that shows us the progress we've already made. We're attempting to go and follow this little gold lightning bolt. And that, again, if you follow them, it gives you the rough direction of what you need to go in. Ooh, what's up there? Finger Reader Crone. But that is if you want to take the quickest, fastest path through the game. Doesn't always work, like I say, it's usually a good indicator of which way to go. I may back up, because I don't want to go up there at our current level and try and kill that. So this is the other great thing about 90% of the Souls games, the exploration, especially in this one. There's so much to find and look for. This is by far the biggest open world game in the Souls series, and you can just go on such a tangent and spend hours going round and round in circles or down little dark nooks and crannies you've never seen before. Like here, another sight of grace. You can see from all these little bits of gold travelling in. But yeah, this leads back to what I was saying earlier with multiple playthroughs. You can find places you'd never find before. I think I was on my 3rd or 4th playthrough finding entire areas I'd never seen before. Ooh, cinematic. Hello? I'll let you guys watch this. I'm just going to nip to the loo quickly whilst this plays out.
Greetings, traveller from beyond the fog. I am Melina. I offer you an accord. Have you heard of the Finger Maidens? They serve the 2 fingers, offering guidance and aid to the tarnished. But you, I am afraid, are maidenless. I can play the role of maiden, turning runes into strength to aid you in your search for the Elden Ring. You need only take me with you to the foot of the Erd Tree.
All the way to the Erd Tree. See, I've never clicked refuse, and I'm not going to lie, far too scared to do so, because she is a lady who usually helps you level up and gives you a lot of help throughout the story, so I have no idea what happens if you push no. It might end the game here. And, like I say, I'm too much of a coward to push no.
Then it's settled. Summon me by grace to turn runes
Player
into
2, you can
strength.
bypass Stormvale if you go that way.
Ah,
Oh,
another
good to know.
matter.
This
I
is a
bequeath to you
friend
this
of mine
ring.
in the chat, and absolute whiz on all things Elden Ring. He probably knows more than the people who made it, to be honest.
It will summon a
Absolute
spectral
encyclopedia of Elden Ring knowledge,
named
which comes in
Torrent.
handy when you want a certain item. You can just go, where is
Torrent has
the
chosen
Lord Sworn Greatsword? And go, ah, it's right here at the first set of ruins.
treat him with respect.
Little trailer on the right hand side, go and grab it. So and so's guarding it. Right, there we are. We can level up now.
Shall I turn your runes to strength? Let
Yes,
my
please.
hand rest upon you.
Wonder how many level ups we'll get out of
Share them
this.
with me.
Level up menu. Within the level up menu, you can spend runes to increase your attributes. With each attribute increase, your level rises by 1. As your level rises, so does the amount of runes required for your next attribute increase. So we wanted to put dexterity up by 1, so we could equip that Lord Sworn Greatsword. And right, so we have 9 to 13, so that's 4 levels. We'll put 1 into strength for now. Gonna put vigor, that directly, you can see on the right hand side over here, the vigor directly increases your health and your resistances. I don't know why I'm pointing at the screen, you guys can't see this, but your resistance is down the right hand side. But depending on your build, you'll level up certain attributes. So vigor will do health, mine does FP or mana, you're more familiar with that word, allows you to cast more spells. Endurance is your stamina, so the amount of attacks you can do or the amount of attacks you can block without becoming exhausted and being staggered yourself. Equip load is the amount you can carry before you become overweight and it slows down your movement. Strength is strength. The more you have, the harder you hit with most heavy weapons. Dexterity, if it's a smaller, more nimble weapon, as a rule, the more dexterity you have, the harder you'll hit. Intelligence, that is primarily used for sorceries in this game, or magic. Faith is like intelligence, but it is for prayers, so it's a holy form of magic. Not a great deal of difference. I've played both. I've greatly enjoyed both. Faith was slightly more fun with me, and you'll find out later on why that is. Arcane increases something called Discovery on here. I've never done a pure Arcane build. It can be quite fine, but they will also increase the amount of times that you proc certain status ailments, such as bleed or poison or frost, etc. You'll see more of that as we go on. So yeah, we wanted to add the 1 to dexterity. I'll add 2 to vigor and 1 to strength. Actually, tell a lie. I'm going to add 1 to vigor and 2 to strength because more strength, more bonk, more damage. Who doesn't love hitting monsters really hard? Yes, anorexic turtle. Magic. Different kind of magic. For those of you who didn't see last stream, Anorexic Turtle and I were playing Marvel Rivals, and he is rather adept with a character known as Magic, who for all intents and purposes should be in this game because she is a very small lady in very metal armor with an absurdly large sword, and he done things to me that hopefully I won't remember until I'm 40. They were vile, violent acts, and I feel he cheated. So if anybody asks, I had the moral victory. Horseback riding. Use your spectral steed whistle to summon and ride your spectral steed. If your spectral steed dies, you can summon it again, but it will cost you 1 of your red flasks to do so. And you can dismount this by using the whistle again or by pressing left stick. So I have to equip this, don't I? Yes. So this is telling you about your quick bar menu, which I'll just show you now because I need to do it myself. Over here in your pouch. So let's remove that. Switch that out for... I have lost it. There we are, Spectral Steed Whistle. So, summon and ride Torrent. Torrent's the name of the horse. We all love Torrent. It makes moving around this enormous map so much quicker. So you Y and up, and here is my lovely, lovely horse, which has horns. Right, let's go. You can attack whilst on the horse. I found with my last playthrough I did the faith build, which are like the prayers and holy damage. Ooh. Someone's calling. Where are you? Shout again. Yoo-hoo.
Yeah, you there. Stop pretending you can't see me.
Honestly, friend, I cannot. Try attacking, seek friend. Ah, you was the tree all along.
What'd you go and do that for?
Pretty sure you asked me to.
Oh, yes.
Ugh.
I remember.
Oh, what's wrong with your face?
Some clod turned
You
me into a tree.
monkey rat boy.
You were just breaking the spell, weren't you? Thank you. The name's Bok. I was pushed
Bok,
out of the
isn't that the
cave,
name of the, or one of the
told
side
not to come
characters
back.
in
Whatever.
Wicked,
I
the
ended up
musical?
as a tree. Lucky you came along, really. Oh,
What a shame.
what a shame. When they threw me out of the cave, they took everything I owned. And so this is all I have to express my thanks. I hope you can forgive me.
What have you got for me? A mushroom.
Or if you can afford to wait for a while, I could sneak back into the cave and bring back something of actual value.
That'd be marvellous.
And I'd be of some real use to you, I reckon. Right.
Do it.
But I'll need a moment. I'm frightened of the... My knees start knocking, just thinking about that god-awful...
God-awful cave on the shore. Why don't we go and have a look? So, yeah, a lot of the NPCs will give you hints or tips or sometimes straight up directions as to where certain things are. You can hear one of those scarab bugs there. There's a rather dangerous looking chap on a horse over there. But let's sneak up on him and kill him before we have time to do anything. Nice. Foot soldier greaves. Ooh, grey ones. So they tend to have, rather than replenishing your flasks, they may have what's known as ashes of war. There we are, determination. And they're skills or abilities you can apply to weapons. Some of them amazing, some of them funny, some of them, in my opinion, not that good. I feel like he's going to be much... Ooh, I think he's in me. Run, run, run. Scoot, scoot, scoot. I did not kill your friends. You are mistaken. Please don't look at me. I feel like he's going to be too tough a challenge currently. I did forget, however, to equip that new sword we have that does a bit more damage. Yeah, we have a reasonably shiny new sword. And it is classed as a great sword as well. Oh, that swing's rather heavy. So you can opt to two-hand weapons in this game, which will effectively give you, I believe it's a 50% increase in your effective strength with that weapon. So, in other words, more damage, but you do forego any defensive shield capabilities. No, don't run away. Oh, I did not mean to do that. Oh, I'm so sorry. Saying that, come back here. Smack. That was embarrassing. Come back here. Smash. He did say the cave was down by the shore, so let's have a look. I'll get the shield back out for now. What's that message say? Fine movement is not always the easiest with don't know what that is, don't want to touch it. Fine movement is not always the easiest with the horse. Those things, the dragonflies, are one of the absolute banes of this game. Because they're very hard to target. They whiz around you and they can end up doing... that's a large crab. We're not entertaining that at all at the moment. Right, precious item ahead. See, secret tunnel. It's not that secret. There we go. Limgrave Tunnels. Is this the area I think it is? 'Cause if it is, I will be very quickly turning around. Right, good habit for those of you new to the game. Always send your lift back up, because there's a fair good chance you're going to die on your first trek in here. Tap R2 when using the greatsword. Bully tactics. Yeah, has got a reasonably quick turnover of attacks. Summoning pool is now functional, so you have to hit them if you want to summon your friends in, and then use the consumable items to summon them in. Yeah, this is the area I thought. We'll give it a quick go as there's a checkpoint right there. But yeah, these guys have an awful lot of defense, which are a nightmare to kill on some occasions. But there's a great deal of items in here that help you upgrade your weapons. Right, you're going down first because you look like you could be an issue. And I have a feeling slashing weapons such as swords and axes have reduced damage on them. See, this is a stagger on about earlier. Then you walk up behind them, or in front of them, sorry, tap your light attack, and you get a very punishing, damaging attack on them. Also works on the majority of bosses as well, but they're obviously a lot harder to stagger. And down you go. Stand in front of him. Tap right bumper. Over you go. Smithing stones. Lyre ahead. Again, for those of you who don't know, the From Software games, which is the publisher of this game, or the Souls games, as they're more often known, are notorious for having fake walls in their games, whereby if you hit it or roll into it, it will disappear and reveal a secret tunnel behind it. Oh, rats! They're much like the wolves, they can end up flanking you or... Ooh! That was a fortunate dodge. Yeah, they can end up flanking you and hitting you all at once and end up staggering you as well. We're staggering each other, he's so hard. Phrasing. Smithing stone. But I always find myself forgetting where the hidden walls are. Sometimes they're more obvious than others, but sometimes they're really out of the way. So you'll see an awful lot of me just standing near walls, hitting them to try and make them disappear. So, prime example, we're setting this elevator back up because whatever's at the bottom has a good chance of killing me. And then you haven't got to wait for it to come back up, like call it back up via the lever. I did see some extra floors we can drop out on there though. There's usually hidden stuff. One there, one there. Definitely one there. Can we jump to it from here? Ooh, we can, but I don't fancy it. So full damage, and this was mitigated compared to other Souls games, but it seems after a certain distance it ramps up very quickly and can very easily kill you at this level. So we're going to write it down and attempt to jump to it here. Oh, left it far too late. Oh no. I think I may have unintentionally. Therefore try rolling. See, tips like that, super handy, because jumping might carry you too far. Oh no, I feel like I overshot the floor we wanted. Give it another go. Sure there was a secret path up there. Oh, I did it again. Unless there is no benefit to dropping down here. Okay, well, I'm sure whatever it was wasn't that important. We go on. Ooh, dogs. Miner man. I can sneak up on him. I'm just gonna hit him really hard. Large glintstone scrap. Oh! Son of a bitch. Come at me. There we go. Didn't think we'd fare this well going against these enemies. I remember them being a lot more difficult than this. I have a feeling the greatsword has done some heavy lifting here. See, that looks like a classic fake wall. And it's not. Item ahead. Oh, lovely. Smithing stone. So we're collecting a nice amount of them now. There is a way you can buy them later on in the game, which is handy if you want to upgrade several weapons and see what they're all like upgraded. But especially early doors, you're best off finding as many as you can. See, is that a fake wall? It's got me already wondering now. No. Quite often people will drop messages in front of them saying fake wall or hit here or secret. But then there are those other less than reputable people who will put it down in front of every real wall and make you hit every real wall until you, quite frankly, stop trusting in humanity. Right. I feel like I've missed something. Was it merely try circling around and then light for the necessary item? Yeah, I don't feel like we've missed out on anything. I think it was just upgrading materials in this first little dungeon. I thought there would have been a teleport back up though. Always check underneath lifts as well, because sometimes there's hidden levels and you have to send a lift up away from you to be able to see it. Trolls do be trolling. You are entirely right. Oh. I wonder. Give me 1 second, guys. See if I can bring over my chat. No, I can't, but I have made it huge by accident there. Trying to see if there's a way I could bring my chat into the same screen so I can see your chats more regularly as they come up. Which ways did and didn't I go? I feel like as we progress downwards, I haven't been this way yet. Did not give myself enough time to read that. Oh, this was the rats. We killed them. So I think on this occasion there is no wispy teleport back thing, which means you have the arduous task of just going back on foot. This is... See, this game does things to you. Habit. You'll look at a wall and you'll have already hit it 3 times on this particular exploration. And you'll do it again just to make sure it's not a fake wall. For any of you who have played the Dark Souls games, it's exactly the same with mimics. You do not trust any box or any chest, just because that one time you opened up a box, it decided to eat you. Right, level up. We do have another level. Let's keep putting into strength because I like hitting hard. And I have a feeling there is an incredibly... See, yeah, it's not going to let us fast travel out here, so you've got to take the elevator back up. There's an incredibly strong weapon quite early on that requires a lot of strength. Button, please. There we go. Right, let's just see if I did in fact miss anything. Yes, I did. I'm going for it. Ooh! That was fortunate. Oh, look. Empty. Oh, what is this? I was convinced this was a thing. See, and now I'm going to have to hit every wall around it just to make sure. But, yeah, more so in Elden Ring than previous games of the same nature. They started putting in fake walls. Because, you know, that's funny. We did miss this. No secret passage ahead. Don't trust you, got to hit the wall. Golden rune level 4. So that in itself is worth it. That's going to be a few runes for us when we choose to spend them. We just simply roll down safely. There's no way up other than that lift. Now we have to wait for the lift to come back down. Oh, one moment guys, apologies. There we go. Apparently my son, he's very young, he's taken to throwing himself around the crib and injuring himself. Right. We won't teleport back just yet as we're not carrying any runes or anything. Let's have a quick explore. Giant crab there. Did he come up behind me again? No. Probably just that one over there then. Where are we on the map? Let's go down to here so you can put custom markers on, which will then... Wrong button. Brilliant. Oh! Oh! That's a dragon. I forgot about that. That's Flying Dragon Aghill. Nope, we're having nothing to do with that. Absolutely nothing. So, these are obviously significantly harder field bosses. And they will chase you for some way as well, so your best bet is to get on a horse and just ride. Ride and run. Usually when that health bar disappears, you'll lose the aggro from them. Maybe he also saw the dragon, which is why he's currently legging it. Well, you have a nice looking weapon. Oh! You're an angry man. So we'll try some horse combat here. Ow. Don't remember being able to kick people with horses. Your sword is much larger than mine, that feels unfair. Ooh, no. Quick drink. So you swing, miss, so I can wrap around. Oh, you dirty bastard, you kill my horse? Have that. Sorry, horse. Have that. Bastard things. These are known as the bestest boys, and we protect these with our life. These lovely, lovely turtle men. Can I get on him? No. Okay, I shall leave you be. See? Friend. It is an agreed upon fact they are lovely, lovely things. I can hear one of those scarab beetles somewhere. And you can cheat, I don't know if you can hear me, by repeatedly clicking the right stick, and sometimes it will target lock onto them and tell you where they are. Oh, it's there. That is a grey one, which means it will give us another Ash of War, most likely. No, lock onto the... That's it. Oh! Oh, no! No, no, no. Unlock. Run. Horse, please. You sneaky bastards. So as wonderful as I've made this game out to be, it will give you serious trust issues. Sliver of meat. I got that off a man. I really hope he was carrying that meat and it's not... No, they are chasing me. And it's not a sliver of his flesh. Or if you say sliver of his meat. It could, in fact, be dog. You are right, they could be the bestest dog. A small, hard, leathery dog. You have a crossbow. Just going to leave you be. Ah, the watching worms. So these guys are really cool. They don't do a great deal until you get close to them. Yeah. But they can have a very, very visceral reaction, as you're about to see. Bang! Right, we could be woefully underprepared for this, but it's known as an Everjail, where you find field bosses of varying difficulties, but they're quite often copies of or gone wrong copies of outside world bosses. Oh, that's embarrassing, I missed. So he has a very popular weapon among the community. Oh no! Right, focus up. Let's not get greedy. See, it's been just long enough since I've played this that I can't remember all their attack patterns, which makes the combat interesting. Oh! Yeah, stop blocking at the wrong time there. Move, heal. Okay, heal again, just on the safe side. I was going to go for the jump in heavy there. Oh, he keeps moving away after every attack. Oh, I went to punish it and he punished me for getting greedy. I feel like this may not go the way I want it to. Oh! There we are. You died. You'll get very familiar to seeing that message pop up. Should you play this yourself? Stake of Marika or Last Sight of Great Revisited. Last Sight of Great Visited. So Stake of Marika is usually a respawn closer to where you died and you get them around boss fights. So that's the Stake of Marika there. And the boss fight is just here. And this little golden twiggy tree thing are your dropped runes. So you don't have to go back into the boss fight to get them, luckily. Do we fight them again? That's the question. Yeah, we'll give it one more go. So we traded quite equally there, I'd say. Got greedy again. Disagree that hit me, but Bloodhound Knight Darrywheel? It's not a name, is it? Right, so you can safely get off 2 hits after that move. So if I can just bait out that move, this should become significantly easier. So if I stay at range, you should do it. No? Come on, do it again. Oh! That's a very lucky dodge on my part. You gonna do it again? No. So the advantage of playing a build with a shield is that you can literally walk around whilst blocking and it will absorb most, if not all, of the damage from normal attacks like this. dying to get his patterns down. That's what we were waiting for. Should not have gone in for that. Nope, knew it as soon as I done it. Tank that hit, dodge that one, swing. Idiot. Absolute fool. One hit and I kill him. He's got a pixel of health. You know how this one works. There we are. Bloodhound's Fang, like I say, very popular weapon in this game. Let's have a look at it. Obviously I cannot use it. Need a lot more dexterity to do so. It also has a passive effect, as you can see at the bottom there. It causes the blood loss build up. So that will start to fill an invisible bar, as it were. And once that fully fills up, it does a large chunk of, I believe it's percentage health damage. On release of this game, it was far and away the best status effect to use, at least in my opinion. It was what I used on my first playthrough. Right. We are a bit low on health, and we have a healthy number of runes as well. So I'm going to fast travel. I believe that's where the dragon was. Fast travel back to here. Use the Sight of Grace and level up some more. I think we could definitely benefit from some more health at this point. Talk to Melina. So sometimes the game will give you prompts like that with a little dot next to it, and it will lead to a cutscene or at least give you some information you didn't previously have.
This tiny golden aura is the grace of the Erdtree. This light once shone in the eyes of your tarnished brethren, but now it is all that guides you.
Oh!
Or so I hear. You can see them, can't you? The rays of grace that guide you through your burden. Upon the cliff in Castle Stormvale is a shard bearer, a demigod, who inherited a fragment of the shattered Elden Ring. If the rays of grace signal the castle, then the Elden Ring beckons you. As an ally by pact, I pray that you are fit to face the challenge presented by the ring.
So she was just informing us about the first main boss or first story boss. So the bosses in this game, they're all, or you can categorize them into like different levels. I say he was or she referred to him as a shard bearer, and you'll see as we progress that some bosses are like the one we just faced, field bosses or random enemies like the dragon, and then some have story relevance, or a lot of them have story relevance, I should say, and then some are very important and they play specific roles within the story and have effects on the game around them. Right, we have 2 levels to spend. I could pump them both into Vigour. That'll give us significantly more. However, I feel 1 in each because I like even numbers. Don't know about anybody else that plays this game, but on a build, even if I'm not using something like Intelligence here, I've got a 7, I'll have to raise it up to an 8. Some would class it as like an OCD. I think it just looks nice. Right, Ashes of War is what I was talking about earlier. I cannot for the life of me remember what Ashes of War this has. So that shield just has parry, the mechanic I mentioned earlier that I refuse to learn, even though it would make every game so much easier. Saying that, I did learn to do it a fair bit on Bloodborne, which is another Souls-like game made by the same publishers, but set in a different universe. Amazing game set in like a dystopian Victorian England, London time. where it's almost constantly nighttime, very monster themed rather than animals or creatures. All the inhabitants have turned into beasts of some form. Great story, great gameplay, very different, but very the same as well. Anybody who's interested in Souls-like games, I strongly recommend that. Unfortunately, it is only on PlayStation, and I can happily admit to having only bought a PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 purely to replay that game. It's just incredible. But yeah, I learned the parry mechanic on that to a certain extent. It's easier and a lot more important. And I did learn the parry mechanic on Lies of P, which is another Souls-like game, completely different publisher. It was relatively new, but you play as a puppet, I think I already said, and the parry mechanic on that is similar to this, but I still feel it was a bit more forgiving. It was easier to learn, and that conveyed certain benefits onto you to do that. I think it gave you more action points, whatever they called them, to do certain special skills and that. That was a great game as well, especially that came out of the blue. No one was expecting it. They have announced recently they're bringing out a DLC for it. Oh, what's it called? Can anybody in the chat remember what it was called? It's not Virtuoso. It's based around music. But yeah, that's a great game as well. But despite that, I've refused to learn the parry mechanic in any of the mainline Souls games. Oh, ow. Too busy looking at the trolley thing with a giant hole in his chest and got shot in the tit with an arrow. Oh, yeah, no, not playing this game. We're going, ow, straight through your legs. I'll grab whatever that is. That was not worth grabbing. Jump through them because apparently I'm wham as fuck. Jump through these, dodge the arrows, keep running. Ignore. Ooh, grab whatever this is. Herbers. I'm gonna run through absolutely everything. Oh, you can blow your horn, mate. That troll is right behind me. Why have I not just used the horse and made my life so much easier? Run, run, run! Run so much faster than you currently are, please. Stormhill. Is there any obvious sight to Grace? I mean, I believe that. No, go away. These golden trees usually have, I believe, a golden seed underneath them, and that gives you an extra flask to use, whether it be on health or FP magic. Man sitting in a chair with an item there. Smithing stone, lovely. Overture, yes, player 2, thank you very much. That's the name of the DLC for Lies of P. Strongly recommend anybody who likes the look of or is into playing Souls games and hasn't had the chance to play that. Strongly recommend that. So these little cemeteries are usually a great place to find runes, which, if you dig down into it a bit more, that's a very angry ram trying to hit me. What a dick! Ooh! Didn't want to kill you, but you started it. Yeah, these were a great place to find you. If you think about it, they're probably used as golden coins like they used to back in Greek times when they paid tribute to Charon or Sharon, depending on how you pronounce it, to ferry them across River Styx. So there's a significant chance we could be robbing these people of an afterlife. And I'm sad to say I'm entirely okay with that. Ooh! My need is greater than yours. If I don't take these, I may be forced to join the afterlife. Alright, after robbing the dead, I am off skis. Bird. Sheep, goat. Shoat. Geep? Geep. We're going with Geep. Oh, it's one of you again. Should definitely heal. Fuck it. Have that. Let's back up. I'm feeling brave. Let's go two-hand. and roll away. So when this game first came out, there's a really good, referred to as cheese strat, so making things easy. Just jump, heavy attack, and it stuns most smaller enemies. Back up, let him swing, jump, heavy attack. Job done. Doesn't always work out, but it was a... Oh, you want to go as well? Jump, heavy attack. Oh, like that. Like that. Point proved. Jump, heavy attack. Oh, no. Didn't have time to jump. Okay. Jump, heavy attack. Worked. I can only got to land this one. There we are. Don't know if that was worth it or not, but it was good fun. Let's have a look at the map. Where are we headed? Nowhere. Nowhere in particular. Although that there is a site of grace. And a person. Touch the Grace. I feel like we should really ask Grace before we touch her, but hey ho. Flasks. So we can now use that golden seed to upgrade our flasks. So I've now got an extra healing. So depending on your build, like I've said before, you allocate your flasks for replenishing FP or magic, mana, or healing. Benefit of this build, which is commonly known by me and my friends as the Unga Bunga build, is you don't have to worry about FP. Betty just told you what I told you. You can just pump all of them into health, and that allows you to mess up so many times because you can just repeatedly heal yourself. Talk to Melina. She's got a lot to say today.
Me? I'm searching
For?
my purpose, given to me by my mother inside the Earth Tree, long ago, for the reason that I yet live, burned and bodiless. There is something for which I must apologize. I've acted the Finger Maiden, yet can offer no guidance.
What use are you?
My purpose.
I was maidenless. You appeared. I presumed I'd come maiden full. And you tell me you are no maiden.
Shall I turn? Let my hand
Yeah,
share them with
do
me.
me a level. Oh, I don't have enough. See, as you can see there, the numbers in red. So the runes needed 100 or 1,445, and I currently only have 1,122. So, should I wish, I can go into my inventory, scroll down to one of these. Ooh, let's sort this order of acquisition into item type, so it will split it up into a more, in my opinion, logical order. I have to clear all these notification icons. It drives me absolutely balmy. Right, there we are. So we can now use one of these cheap runes, and it tells you under the item effect how many runes you'll gain from it. We needed 1,440, I believe. So we're still short about 280. We could burn 2 of them or use 1 of them. I have a habit of saving them and using them as little as possible, so that later on in the game, when you're coming up against this boss and you've got no spare runes, save you having to go back and grind and kill lots of basic enemies to recover or to gain runes to level up. You can just look back into your inventory and realise you've got loads of those. You can just burn them all and hopefully get a level or 2 out of it, which quite often makes the difference. We have a nice round 20 strength. I know I said I was going to level up intelligence, but as we've only got the 1 level, I'm not going to do it just yet. Same with mind. Not too worried about equip load just yet. More health is always nice. Let's get the health up. There's a lot of other streamers and YouTubers who will do stat-only runs where they only level up Vigor, so they have a massive health bar but very low attack, or only level up Strength, so lots of damage and no health. And they're quite enjoyable to watch. I encourage any of you to go and watch them as well.
Not seen you before. Name's Bernal.
Bernal?
Tarnished, just like you.
Oh.
Let me ask you something. Are you here in the lands between to take up the fight? Does your faith in the guidance of grace hold
Very
firm,
nice sword you've got there that I would very much
despite
like.
the collapse of the Golden Order?
Yes, my faith holds firm.
Yes,
I have no idea what you're on about.
tarnished through and through. Takes me back. That's a quality needed now more than ever. Any interest in bearing the torch of my battle arts? All I know is the sword. Picked up a fair few tricks in my time, too. Now's the time to pass them on. To a good and proper tarnished, like you.
Okay, learn skills. Oh, so you sell Ashes of War. Something I very much underuse the previous times I've played this. It's something I would consider looking into more so.
Lands that I've yet to discover. Mementos of all the warriors who raised their arms in battle, lost and died. A fine tale, all told of true chivalric romance. That's how I fell in love with the sword and the arts of combat.
You're in love with your sword, you say?
Even to falling in battle, to death itself.
Why am I wearing a crop top or a boob tube? Sure, I selected a male character.
Not floating.
Nope, you did not float my boat, good sir. Yeah, we're going to need to get some new armour and jazz it up a bit, and hopefully make me a bit more resistant to getting hit. Where are we? What have we got here? So you can sometimes infer or interpret from here certain locations, like you can see these squares, they're often buildings or small ruins like that. Sometimes you can just tell there may be a... Did you just throw a firebomb at me? There may be something of interest there, so it's definitely worth looking at on occasion. You had ups. That was a mighty big jump for... Ugh! That's a shaggy dog. Oh, I'm still two-handed, aren't I? Got that shield up just in time. You are... Gold-tinged excrement. Well, I'll continue what I was about to say. You are disgusting, sir. That's an ogre. That is troll, ogre, Shrek, whatever it might be. Didn't mean to use that, but as we have 6 now rather than 4, don't feel like I'm going to be able to sneak up on you. Jump, heavy attack, stab. Ah, more fluffy dogs. We wanted that other dog to rush me first. Ooh, no, that's a big dash move if I remember. Get the camera back on him. Yeah, I knew you'd have crept up on me by now. I can do it better than you. Oh, oh. Mistakes were made. Roll around. I'm not going to circle him. Backstab. Oh, have some of that. Charged R2. Finish off with one of them. Lovely jubbly. Pillage corpse. Please have dropped something awesome. Nice. Knight's Greatsword. Can we use it? No, of course we can't. 12 decks. We'll definitely consider using that. It's a little bit heavier, but it hits harder, and most importantly, looks nicer. Oh, what else is around? We've got a chap over there, one up there. Can't see anything over there. So let's just do you up quick. Oh, a chest. I'm going to give you time to throw that. Oh, you did, but you missed. You dropped something. Mushroom. And what's in this chest? Beast Crest Heater Shield. So there are different types of shields in this game as well. So we've currently got a medium shield. That's also a medium shield. But if you look on the right hand side, it says guarded damage negation. And that goes up to 100%, which means... Oh! Serves me right for yabbering. For basic people like this that just deal standard physical damage, it will in fact block 100% of the damage. I say, serves me right for narrating every little thing that goes on and not making sure the area was clear. If I can reach him from here. Oh, what a jump. Come on, doggo. Oh. Ah. So, yeah. Quite actually tripwires, but more like alarms. And if you ring those, it will alert everyone in the camp to your presence, or at least those within a fair range. Like the horns, will send everyone running at you. And will make an item there. It's significantly more difficult. Exalted flesh. I think that's about it here. Yeah, let's go have a look along this way. So if we carry on going this way, it should take us to a bridge, it looked like. That's a stream looking. Oh, that mouse is connected to looking on here and not the other screen. I do believe there is a mini boss, an NPC you can fight up here. Maybe that's later on. It appears there's a little red sign on the floor. You're not who I was talking about. Oh! Oh my! Okay, I may have made a mistake here, there's a few of these. Stop trying to circle me. Nice. So yeah, you can swap your angle, swap your camera lock on mid-swing. And if you're lucky like I was there, it will let you hit 2 different targets if you time it right. Come here, I can see you through the trees. You seem vexed. Apologies. I'd be vexed as well if someone walked up and just slaughtered all of my mates. Oh! Made me jump. I forgot that was a thing in this game. Right. Hit the glowing bits like you do in any good video game. Surely he's got to come down quicker. Oh, yes. So you hit the glowing bits, then go for this glowing bit. Big stab in the heart. Dead. They are incredibly hard to kill unless you do it that particular way. Item ahead. See, helpful message. Item ahead, and he even points what direction it's in. Again, not the easiest thing to grab when you're on the horse. Lance talisman. Right, first, let's make sure there's no one around me. Nothing to worry about. What does Lance talisman do? Enhances attacks on horseback. Not a great deal of touch. You won't. Well, you may do, but most people don't do an awful lot of combat horseback. I did against a couple of the dragons when I was doing the faith build, but that's because you can just ding lightning bolts at them like Thor on the back of a horse, which makes a lot of the dragon fights a lot easier. I appear to be running in circles. Acquire materials, what did I miss? Probably nothing significant. That's nerdleaf flower. So, if you haven't played this and you plan on doing it, collect the Erdleaf flowers. You don't have to go actively looking for them, just don't actively bypass them if you plan on getting help from anyone outside the game, like friends. Because I believe it's them that allows you to create the summoning consumable. Backstab! Entirely unnecessary. Foot soldier gauntlets, new bit of armour, nice. Well, I do believe we picked up a helmet earlier that I didn't equip. Equip load, currently still at medium. So this goes back to what I was saying earlier, with your equip load, the higher you take it, you can become overweight. And I think it's about 70%, and once you exceed that, your rolls will become shorter and slow down. So you want to try and stay at medium. So as you equip a heavier item, which usually confers better armour, or armour stats, it will make you heavier, bringing you closer to that 70%, and once you cross that, you, like I say, you will, what's known as fat roll, or slow roll. But at least we have a nicer helmet and some gauntlet greaves, van braces. Tell that when I last played this I must have assigned that horse a different button. Ooh, what do we have here? Apologies, I will go back and head towards main progression soon, rather than you guys just seeing me run around in circles in essentially the arse end of nowhere. And I'll show you the first boss. When I first played it, it was a massive barrier to entry to the game, it felt like. But you'll see that soon enough. Right, we have another level we can equip. Yeah, we'll put that into Vigour. Give us a bit more health. I feel like 20 Vigour is a good starting point we should aim for. So this is evidently another dungeon. This door here, nimble sort ahead. Locked by some contraption. You'll find that in an awful lot of the dungeons, which means you have to take the other path. There'll be some kind of basic, or not always basic, puzzle that needs solving. Right, skeletons, once you kill them, don't die. You have to hit the corpse again for them to die permanently, and you'll get that little glow come up. Oh, he says, there we are. I didn't hit it enough times. So wait for the skeleton to decompose into bits, hit it again, and then it will die permanently. Most times. Grave gloveworts, so they're another upgrading material that you find, and they tend to upgrade more special weapons. Let's hit that corpse where he got back up. Nice. Try high road. So that pile of bones and that pile of bones are almost certainly going to turn into a skeleton. And look onto something different there. Let's get that just before he got back up. Grave violets, grave glovewort. Edge, Lord. The Uchigatana. So for those of you unaware again, that sword has been present, I believe, apart from Bloodborne, in every proper Souls game, and this one. It is just your standard samurai sword. Oh, we're getting a few of these now, so you can see already how the difficulty's begun to increase in dungeons. Didn't want to do that. And for the most part... Oh, wow, very nearly died there. For the most part, you're better off locking on, because it's going to mean the enemy circles you. It's easy to keep track of them. Sometimes it's easy to keep it unlocked, so that you can try and target more than one enemy at a time and just aim yourself with the stick. Whiff and a miss. Not playing this game. There we are. Got things to do. Pick that up, wait for you to glow. Hit you again. Pull the lever. It will inform you somewhere a heavy door has been opened. 4 guesses as to what door that might be. Whoa, where did you come from? Cheeky bastard. Hit him quickly before he gets back up. Okay, how to reach that archer whilst I... Ow! I'm failing. Finish off his friend. Run back up here, and would you know it, the door is open. Right, so what you can do, and what you will find yourself doing, is once you get those doors open in these dungeons, is running back about 100 foot, visiting the site of grace, so you can refresh your flasks, refill your health and FP, and go into the boss fight, usually a boss fight, fresh and ready. What the message is saying, confidence. Range battle, therefore magic. Well, don't have any of that. Black Knife Assassin. Oh, marvellous. Why have you only got half a health bar? Ooh. Go have a quick drink there. See, look, that's the parry mechanic, and you've got to get it just right in order to riposte or get a critical hit on them. Oh no, oh no. So if they break your stamina like that, it can leave you an opening, or can leave them an opening to do a critical strike on you. which when it comes to significant enemies like this, seems to do an awful lot more damage than yours do. Not quite sure how that missed me. Come on. Oh, so he did it again. So there's certain attacks they'll do which will do a lot more stamina damage, or poise damage as it's known to you. There we go. Nothing too difficult. Assassin's Crimson Dagger, so that's another talisman. And what's our reward? Death Fruit. That's an item which will become useful if you follow a particular quest line or build later on in the game. One that I did do on my last aforementioned build and playthrough. Really handy, in all honesty. Bear with me one moment, I just need to snip to the loo again whilst we're here. Let me jump to the site of grace and ooh, talk to you. No. Okay, from this point we shall just fast travel back to the Warmaster's shack. Be right back. And I'm back. Sorry about that. I was talking to the wife and we agreed I need to drink more water, really. Or don't we all? Unfortunately, the side effect for that is having more interruptions when nature calls. Right, let us go look at this. See if we can level up first. Yeah, we've got plenty of runes, almost said souls. And then we'll have a look at this first boss. Godric the Grafted, he is called. 19, and then we're 300 points short. And as I know I'm going to a boss fight, it's going to be difficult. I am going to dip into my piggy bank of souls. I mean, we've got more than a few levels there, to be honest. But we'll start with just getting this vigor up to 20. Cannot for the life of me remember how many we needed. So let's start with 400. Level up. Ah, it was well too many. Never mind. So 20 vigor and 20 strength. That starts us at a good place. Let us fast travel when you can travel around. That's how you end up finding little catacombs like that. Quite often tucked into the cliff faces, which are what these drawings are. Sometimes you can tell, like they're obviously depicted here, and more often than not, they're not though. Alright, gate front, and from there, make our way to the boss, or the first boss. Right, let's not make the same mistake as last time. Let's just bolt through here, not have to play this silly game. Maybe that's why Torrent has horns, purely so you can just run through stuff. Oh, not that though, it would appear. As we round this corner, just follow the path. Like I said, if you follow the path, you will encounter more enemies, but it's usually a more direct route. Oh! Okay, so it's raining wolves now. Sight of Grace quick enough, touch it and settle at it, it will despawn or respawn any very local enemies, making it safe for now. Stormhill Shack. Sure, we already got that one. What we got up here? Stone Sword Key. So they are what they say they're keys, and they would unlock doors. There's like a little stone imp you push the stone sword into, and it'll unlock a little fog gate. And they're like, well, not always mini, but they're a form of dungeon. Let's fight these guys. And it usually has some kind of reward at the end. Sometimes it's worth it, sometimes it's not. Depends who you ask. Right. Let's dance. What you got? Yep, you missed that. Good job. Oh, you landed that, but I blocked it. See, now that we've leveled up a little bit, these are a lot easier to kill than when we started. So yeah, back to what I was saying earlier, if you follow that golden, it's disappeared now, you probably saw the little golden arc that's coming out just there. Tells you the main route for progress is there, but unless you bought some kind of digging materials with you, you're not getting through a mountain. Not you can in this game. But it's just a direction, but you can see this path naturally curves around to the left, so you just follow the main path and you know it's headed roughly in the right direction. Speed things up a little bit though, and we'll take the horse. Oh, an Asher War there, so we'll miss that apparently. He was trying to vanish then on us. Nope, come back. Don't know how I didn't get hit there. Or there. We've now just drawn all four of them at once, wait for him to swing. That's you down. You down. So I can collect whatever this was. Smithing stone. Marvellous. See if we can get an early hit on you. Yep, that should be you down. I was going to attack them, so you put your shield up. Backstab. That's you dead as well. Right. You may think it is for cinematic beauty, but that ballista, crossbow, arrow, whatever you want to call it, is in fact entirely operational from what I remember. Yep. So your best bet is to straight up dodge it, jump to the back and kill the bloke trying to shoot you. Ow. Ow, you can hit me through these things. Ballista got no way I couldn't circle around him. Never mind. Job done. Lordspawn shield. So we've now got, should we want it, a larger shield, which we can in fact equip. So this still has the, oh it doesn't, one of the only great shields that doesn't have 100% physical protection, but it will offer better protection, as you can see in blue there, against magic, fire, lightning, holy. And it has like a higher guard boost, which will mean that you have slightly less stamina damage whilst blocking with it. Sadly we can't equip the Uchigatana, but it is a great weapon. So, we should have leveled up the deck, shouldn't we? And we could have used the Knight's Greatsword. We may still do that yet. Can I ride the horse? Nope. For dramatic effect, you're going to make me walk up here. Sight of Grace, we'll rest, heal up and refill our flasks. Going forward in future streams and videos, as I said before, I won't narrate quite as heavily as I have done this time. Oh, and look what we have here. A gold sign that has a golden figure. Touch the summon gold sign. Sorcerer Rogier. So this is an NPC summon, and they will help you in any significant fights, such as bosses or field bosses. Sometimes with NPC fights themselves, you can summon people in to help. What they don't tell you is, if you do that, half of them are completely fucking useless. and the other half are okay. However, if you summon one, it will make the boss fight harder. As a rule, it gives them a much larger health pool, so that it doesn't just trivialise all boss fights. The main benefit of having a summon I've found, because I've fought bosses with and without them, is that they will take a lot of the aggro from the boss, so you get a chance to breathe and think about what you're doing. So they're just a good meat shield for 90% of it. But right, let's do this.
Foul tarnished. In search of the Elden Ring. Emboldened by the flame of ambition.
Our boy's got ups.
Someone must extinguish thy flame. Let it be Margit the Fell.
Margit the Fell. Let's go. Ooh. As you can see there, the yellow represents that it's doing a different kind of damage to normal physical, which is in fact holy damage in existence. I am extremely rusty at this fight. Jump. Nice. Ooh, that was a lucky dodge. You completely stamina broke me there. Oh, I've wasted that. Always get that timing wrong. And that one. He thinks this may take more than one attempt. Right, and that's all of our flasks used. And he is at over 2/3 health still. Awful dodge on my part. Oh, I think that's going to be a dubs for him there. That swung clean over our head. That's a nice hammer you've got there. Yep. Gifted him to myself on a platter there. Right, we're doing this boss fight before we end the stream. He says, with it currently being 20 past 2. Right, do we put a couple of points to make this easy for ourselves? We should have seen how many I needed first. I'm going to need about 5,000 runes to level up twice. I'm not convinced I've got that. It'll be close. Let's find out. I believe I hit the wrong button there. Is a little bit tedious, but you get used to it. You're going to end up doing it quicker. Let's see where that leaves us. Oh, I've got way too many runes yet again. Oh, what do you want?
Forgive me.
Maidenless maiden.
I've been testing you to see
Yeah,
whether or
you have.
not grace truly does guide you, and whether you are fit to face the challenge that entails.
You mean the
It
giant
seems
mouldy
our
man who
lives
just
were
beat the ever-loving
unfolding.
shit out of me?
Torrent had your measure from the very start, whereas I merely pretended. There is but one other thing I can do to offer you guidance. I can take you to the Round Table Hall, gathering place of tarnished champions, guided by grace.
No, poke it up your arse. Right, level up. Oh, we got just enough. So was it dexterity, wasn't it? Yes. And that should now give us the ability to wield. Nowhere near that, and not quite that. However, 141. So we gain we gain 5 damage on base damage, and we lose 1 in scaling, but that's absolutely fine. Because it looks nicer, to be quite frank. That is the sole reason. Yeah, even the same moveset, I believe. What's the stamp upward cut? Alright, we'll try once more without Rogier. If we fail again, I may use him. No cinematic this time, straight down to business. That's one of those. Block that, dodge that. Time to lock in. Get out of it. Can't you just jump off the edge? Oh, I'm going to back right up and let you come to me, because I'm not fighting near the edge. Oh no! Awful timing on my part yet again. Wasted that attack. Got no stamina build up. So all the time whilst you're blocking, your stamina regain is incredibly slow. Thank you. Really need to stagger him, he's not feeling it. Oh, I mistimed all of that. I thought that was going to send me over the edge, to be honest. Wasted a lot of stamina to dodge that. Ooh, grab those as the runes from last time when he killed us. Thought we was out of that range. Good job I kept the shield up. Whoa. Wow. Didn't even allow me to roll that time. Usually you can roll out of that. That what? No, well, we had him almost half health instead of 3 flasks, but that combo absolutely done me. Right. Stick with Rogier. Rogier? Rogier? Rogier. Roger. But yeah, this will show you what it's like to summon anyway. Summoning cooperator. This is an NPC. You can summon in real people to help you. But like I said before, that requires a consumable. I don't know if we actually have any. I believe it's called the Fur Calling Finger Remedy. No, I don't believe we do. Create a summon sign says if you want to go and help someone else. No, we don't appear to have any currently. That's up to point. Did we get better legs and not realise? I did. Go me. So we're starting to look more close. Still wearing the boob tube, but we move. Alright, and then Rogier will follow you in slowly but surely. And then you just let this guy get the living shit beaten out of him. And every time the boss targets you a bit too much, he will, of course, being a sorcerer, do some magic damage from him as well. But you've got staggered there, so you run round to the front of him, and you get a critical attack which does significant damage. And you can try and sneak in at charged heavy if you're feeling a bit saucy. But once you do any significant damage to the boss, he will re-aggro you. He'll probably turn around now though, yeah. But because there's more windows to attack him, it makes it a lot easier to stagger him. There's a chance we may do this without even having to use a flask. However, Rogier is also just about to die. So if I can take some of the aggro off of him, he may last a bit longer. That's it. At which point he'll turn around and we can... Ah, didn't die. Not going to get to him in time. No. So because I also got knocked over, did have to use flasks in the end up. Rogier's dead. I didn't get a chance to get the critical hit on him. I actually find this second phase, as it's called, or second behaviour pattern, easier to read. Especially with the big golden hammer. He says that he gets the shit kicked out of him. That's going to hit me. No, dodged it. Wow. I was very sorely mistaken. Too late into that. Right, I've had enough of this. There we go. Well, that took far longer and far too much effort. Achievement: Margaret the Fellowman defeated Margaret the Fellowman. Oh, I forgot to pick up my souls. Try not to do that yourself. Level up very quickly. So we have 3 levels to use. We could put all 3 of those into dexterity, and I think that allows us to use the Bloodhound Fang. So I was going to go complete, as I said earlier on, Unga Bunga, Caveman, Biggest Stick. But if I put a couple of points into dexterity, allow me to show you a few more weapons in future. Such as I mentioned, I wasn't Bloodhound Fang, it was the Uchi-Katana. Well, I'll definitely use this for two reasons. One, it has a blood loss build up, which is marvellous. Two, it is, like I say, one of the most iconic weapons in the Souls series. Okay, just standard everyday katana. But it is nonetheless marvellous weapon. I may not use it yet. I like using weapons that are generally heavier because there's a tendency to stagger and knock them back a lot more. But before we end this stream, we shall travel to the round table hold, which will come to be one of the most important areas of the game. It's like the base of operations.
For but a moment.
Arrived at the Round Table Hold. The Round Table Hold is a place where tarnished gather, guided by grace. Combat is prohibited on the premises due to a pact of non-aggression. This rule is in effect when the Round Table icon is displayed. The Round Table Hold is located outside of this world, and fast travel by grace is the only means of reaching it. Use the map to travel there. So, there are a number of NPCs here that do various things, but you will not find any of this out unless you join me next time. Really hope you enjoyed yourselves. I know I did, and I look forward to seeing you all again next time we play Elden Ring. Look after yourselves, and please have a wonderful night. Take care.